but it's very clear that there is an issue and that the issue is most likely inattentive ADHD. Good morning, everyone. It's about, I'm not sure, 8:40, 8:45, and I'm just leaving the school. Normally, I'd be getting back from dropping Jax off, but Danny's doing that because I just met with the school psychologist, so I stayed a little bit later on my shift. This morning has been chaotic. Tuesdays are always a little chaotic, packing up both the lunches at once and dealing with Sebastian not wanting to wake up, but I woke up to an alert that our IEP online document repository, I don't know what that is, it had updates. First I thought it was just the speech progress report, but both the school psychologist and the educational diagnostician, that's a word, they had both put their reports in. So I'll update you on that later when I sit down and really read over them. I am jingling. I'm going up this hill. You can't tell it's a hill, but it is a hill. I don't know. Let me try to level. This is what the hill is. I'm gonna go pee because I just drank this whole tea, and then head to the grocery store, and then come home and go over these long ass reports. And I'll talk to you then. Oh, we need to go to the coffee shop. Let's go to the coffee shop too before, because I had an English muffin and that was not enough, but let's appreciate these birdies. Hello from my little office-y area. It is 1:45. Normally I'd be gearing up for bus drop-off time, but since it's Tuesday, Sebastian will be going to his basketball. I am on my computer. Since I got home, I have had lunch, and I've been reading these reports. It's a lot, but I just finished going through both of them. I am now logging into parent information systems through the school system to check on how Jax is doing. But yeah, I thought I'd check in. I read reports today from the school psychologist and an educational diagnostician for the school system. basically, like, let's start with the shorter report. The educational diagnostician. That word is still a tongue twister for me. Let me bring up her report. Hers is shorter. So her job basically was to evaluate his educational skills and see where he is at in terms of grade level and in comparison to peers. And everything was average or even a little bit above average. I think the only thing that was below was writing, and we already knew that writing is his hardest subject because that seems to take the most focus, and focus and attention are not there. So she was like saying how he did great and going over everything, but she really had to keep him on task to make it through this testing. This testing was, I think she said 2.5 hours. Where does it start? Yeah, 2.5 hours over across 2 days. I know he told me that the psychologist's tests were fun, and this one, I don't think he thought this one was fun. But yeah, during formal testing, he displayed impulsive and inattentive behaviors. And overall, yeah, it goes through all the educational things. No surprises. I know he's smart, but although he demonstrated normative skills relative to the same age peers in reading, writing, math, and listening comprehension, he required prompting and redirection throughout the evaluation to do so. Therefore, based on the results of this educational evaluation and academic report from teachers, it is this examiner's opinion that while Sebastian demonstrates academic skills necessary to be successful in school, he will likely require support to address his ability to maintain focus and attention to task. Also one sentence. Yeah, basically, he's doing great. But she sees that he needs one-on-one, and it's still a bit of a struggle when it's one-on-one. So overall vibes were hinting at, yeah, I think there's a problem, but there's a lot of but referred to the psychologist's report, and we don't make decisions until the entire eligibility committee meets, and I'm part of the eligibility committee. The parents are. Parents, teachers, every expert who has been involved, and usually special education officials. So that was that one, and I'm relieved that he's on track, not too far behind. This whole process is to make sure he doesn't get overwhelmed and it just snowballs and he's super far behind, because 3rd grade really steps it up. So yeah, we need to do this before 3rd grade. The big boy report, the really long report. I have a short one from the speech therapist. No surprises there. He's approaching his SH and CH goals. The S and Z's getting better, or he's getting better with part of it, but they haven't even started another part. Anyway, the cognitive stuff. Basically, a big part of evaluating when you're not sure what's going on and it's just like lack of attention and not thriving in school. You have to, of course, look for the ADHD. That's like the obvious answer, but you also need to see if there's any cognitive issues that would be affecting in a similar way. And ultimately, he did just fine, and she did not find any cognitive reasons for his issues. She did do classroom observation, and it was only 20 minutes once. I wish it was more, but she was extremely detailed. Like, he rubbed his face, he yawned, like everything he looked at seeing her in action, observing somebody in the office, she's amazing. And I really enjoyed meeting her today. But yeah, she saw the inattentive behaviors and how much he needs prompting. And then she had 3 sessions, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and hour and a half. He loved all of his sessions with her and thought they were fun. And again, as with everybody, he was super chatty and fun, and she had a lot of fun writing down the silly things that he would say to her. And a lot of the stuff he said to me later in the same day, I'm like, I remember when he got off the bus and told me that. He's silly. But yeah, she, with her observation, let me see. Basically, the cognitive stuff was fine. So you move on to her observation, previous teachers' responses about how he did, and then his teacher and us as parents did 2 different online evaluations. It's like the most likely to least likely, the 1 to 4 scales and all that stuff. And his teacher and our results were extremely similar, with some understandable differences in, like, the teacher was given the teacher's view of it, so she had more in depth on his day-to-day learning, and we were more in depth on the life routines kind of stuff. But yeah, he did fall in the ADHD inattentive type category quite significantly, with a few other little red flags, which are I would assume, this is my personal thing, I would assume are stemming from the struggles of that. Like, the teacher says nervousness and anxiety, which we don't really see, but I know that he holds his big emotions about school in, and that could come across as anxiety. And then he explodes them out to us, which is very, very common for the age, but I think is amplified by his struggles. So yeah, that's one of the places where it was like similar but different. She saw anxiety and we saw, what did they call it? I think it got categorized as depression because we checked off things like he's saying, I'm terrible at this, I'm afraid I'll mess up, I'm stupid, that kind of stuff, because he just goes on rants when he's doing homework and makes a mistake or something. But yeah, overall, everything was like when you go to a doctor because something's wrong and you're just worried that all the tests will come back negative, and you're of course happy, I don't have cancer, I don't have this, it's not a tumor, but then you leave with no answers and you still have your problem. So I was worried it'd be like that, but it was like best case, if there's a best case in the scenario. His cognitive is great, he's doing well educationally with the one-on-one support that we have put in place since starting all these evaluations. But it's very clear that there is an issue and that the issue is most likely inattentive ADHD. So we have reassurance that things aren't terrible, but also they don't diagnose. The school system does not diagnose, but they have a likely cause that they can make a plan of action for. So if you don't know, an IEP, it is an individualized educational instruction plan. Yeah, I was thinking of the SCI, specialized. I don't know. There's too many acronyms. Basically, under law, they could have a 504 plan if they have a disability, and that just gives them accommodations. So extra time on a test, that kind of thing. Or like if you're deaf and you get an interpreter through your 504. Conversely, you can go with an IEP, and that would include accommodations plus special instruction. And special would need accommodations, like extra attention from the teacher, sitting in a specialized seat, which he gets a lot of these already. Daily report cards, we do that. But then he would benefit from individual specialized instruction, such as when I was going over possible things that could be put into his IEP with the psychologist. There's things like teaching executive function skills, organizational skills, things that aren't necessarily intuitive to humans. I mean, some people just pick them up environmentally, but not everyone does, and especially somebody who struggles with their attention might not absorb that kind of thing. So teaching them the skills they need to overcome their distractiveness. So definitely the IEP is the way to go, and luckily they've not even mentioned 504. I've heard stories of people getting pushed to that 504 range because maybe overwhelmed school systems who just don't feel like they could adequately fulfill the IEP needs. And it's a lot. That's a lot. When you have a lot of kids with IEPs, it takes a lot of manpower, and schools just aren't funded enough. But yeah, we'll be going in next Thursday, so just over a week. I expect it to go fairly fast because the psychologist mentioned offhand that there was like 5 or so IEP meetings back to back that day. We're at 9:30, so we're probably one of the first ones. So yeah, I'm glad I'm doing everything I need to do, making my notes and stuff so that I am prepared, because they're gonna be like reading just the summaries and doing, are we all in agreement? Do you have anything to add? So I need to dredge up what we went through for the speech one. Make sure I have any of my talking points, comments, questions set in my brain before that. So that is my very long thing. Do not let me talk for a long time tonight because I knew this was going to be quite the brain dump, but I am now going to take a little time to decompress because it's been a lot. And I need to pick up Sebastian from his club at 3:30. 3:30. Okay, bye for now. Thank you for listening. I'm looking rough. Had a bath. My cheeks inside are swollen from allergies. Anyway, I've gotten Sebastian, obviously. It's late. He's not still at the school. I drove over because I already walked to the school and back for my shift. And I just wanted to get him home faster so he could do his homework and go out to play. And then I finished up the final square of this, and I'm trying to figure out the border. I don't like this pink, it's gonna come out. But yeah, I did that one, and I did one round of purple. Hello. My allergy medicine is officially worn off. I did hang up that picture right there.
Yeah, and you hanged up that.
The circle's been up there. The only two I hung today is that one and this tiny square up there. But yeah, I cooked dinner. We just had ramen. I also made some little mini samosas from Trader Joe's for Danny and I to make it a little more substantial. Had a bath.
I want to tell you.
What do you want to tell? Oh, is it downstairs?
Oh, yeah.
So this little dude in his Easter basket got something, a craft kit.
But you get.
And I knew that he would be able to handle this. But he doesn't want to spoil it, so I'll let him tell you. Tomorrow's a day off. It's Eid. I don't know how you pronounce it, and I don't remember the rest of it. I don't want to disrespect Muslims by getting it incorrect, but I believe it is the end of their holy month of Ramadan. So they will be breaking their daytime fasts. And I wish them all the best. And I hope that that was a wonderful month for them. Hold on, let me find my Wednesday for tomorrow. So what did you get in your Easter basket? It's making me busy. This is not good light. Let me come over here. What is this?
Rainbow loom.
Rainbow loom. This is actually one that Danny made me, but it was feeling a little uncomfortable now that the house is hot. Because I want to add more to it next time we're doing it. I want to add a little bit more so it, because I don't like the rubber touching my skin.
When wherever we're going. Where are we going? We're going.
Panera. You're gonna bring this? Okay. Well, I'll keep it out. We can do it at home. It took good until after my bath when I was all warm. Now it's just, I don't like rubber touching me. So I want to make it longer. But yeah, I need it to be like a bangle bracelet. You didn't show them what you made though. You made 2 bracelets because we're gonna see 2 friends.
No, 3.
Oh, and you made one for another friend. I thought that one was for you.
No.
So he's just since dinner, he's made 3 different bracelets. I helped him get started with the first one and then helped him start the second because he forgot that he had to start pulling the bands from the bottom. But yeah, he did the rest himself. No problem. All right, first one. I think this one came out so pretty for the older sister. For the younger sister. And look at that cute little charm. That's a perfect choice for her.
And then get my old friend.
One of his close friends. Oh, and I just got a message. 10 a.m. So we'll go at like 9:40. We have to be in the car at 9:40. Okay. So you have to be dressed by 9:30. All right. Go put that somewhere.
Hey, I'm gonna bring my downstairs with me.
Put them 1 and 1. Save that. It'll fit. No, I don't want it to bust open. It's too big. I'll just carry these separate.
No.
I don't want it to bust
I don't
open.
even need this.
I know, but the paper's not going to make a difference. They're too big. Leave the paper in case they want to try and they don't know how. We're just going to have to keep them separate.
I want to have them in there.
It's going to bust open. It's too big. You'd have to be able to squish them into one of the squares. Anyway, I didn't want to argue with you when I'm filming it. This video is already too long. Good night, everyone. Stay safe, be kind, and don't forget, wash your hands.